We're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome everybody. Good to see everyone. A couple of things before we get started that we're going to be working on today. So there's this nerve that goes from our brainstem into our body, the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve regulates how we perceive the world. And at this time, it has three different, the polyvagal theory is that there's three aspects to this. One is our fight and flight, like if there's something happening we need to run away from. And the other is dorsal vagal, which is when there's something happening that is threatening us that we can't do anything about, we shut down. And then there's the middle ventral vagal, where we are socially active and in a good space. We feel a sense of safety and we're able to digest our food better. In this time right now when we don't know what's happening in our world, we feel a sense of powerlessness, and so we go into the dorsal vagal aspect, where we start shutting down and going inside. And then so we have poor digestive system, and we feel a sense of depression because all our energies are going in. So we have this fear going on that we can't do anything about. So we want to work with our ventral vagal nervous system, our nerve, which brings our autonomic nervous system back in order. And one of the muscles that is affected by this, and also affected by too much sitting, is the psoas muscle. And I've talked about the psoas muscle quite a few times. I keep talking about this book I have, but someday I'm going to bring it. But the psoas muscle runs from our T12, the thoracic, bottom of the thoracic, goes into our lumbar and goes around and connects into our femur bone. Also goes into our iliac, so our pelvic floor. And that muscle is our muscle that is said to be connected to our reptile brain part of our mind, which is where our deep-seated fears are. And so when we're in constant state of anxiety or fear, that muscle gets shorter. And when that muscle gets shorter, then we have lower back issues and we have more anxiety going on. So we're going to work into that muscle today, and hopefully that'll help with our vagus nerve at the same time. Also, not only anxiety, but sitting. If we're sitting too much, then that muscle gets shortened. So that's why, like, a lot of people who work in offices have lower back issues. So we want to, if you're driving a lot or sitting a lot, and a lot of us are to a point where, because we're inside a lot, we're sitting more. So we need to work with that. Another thing for our vagus nerve is a sense of playfulness, sense of joyfulness. So maybe we can try to bring some of that into our practice as well. Sometimes when we get to a point where, in the dorsal vagal part of our brain, then our joy starts getting taken away because we are in a point where we're in protective mode. Okay, so hopefully you are somewhat feeling okay. Now that I've probably just talked you right into a dorsal ventral aspect, but we'll work that out. So let's start on our back. Bring your feet apart and your knees together into constructive rest. Bring your left hand up to your heart, and then your right hand over top of your heart. And take a moment to set an intention for yourself, what you'd like to get out of this class, where the rest of your week is going, where your life is headed. Touching your deepest heart desire, what you want to get out of this life. And checking in with your breathing, and where you're breathing at, rate of your breath. Take one hand onto your belly, and leave the other one on by your heart. Breathe into the bottom hand, and then allow the top hand to go up. And then exhale the opposite way. Inhale into the bottom hand. Allow it to expand to the top hand. And then pause. And exhale the opposite way. So allow the bottom hand or top hand to go down, and then the bottom hand to go down. Take 3 more breaths like this. Inhaling the bottom and then the top, and exhaling the top to the bottom. Okay, and then we're working to our the spandas. The spandas are a rapid movement that connects into our heart to help us deregulate and get into our, works with our vagus nerve. So for this, bring your feet out a little bit, and imagine you're on a ice surface with your mat, and push up and back, push up and back. I don't know if you can see that in the camera or not. It's back and forth, or up and down, like you're sliding on ice. Okay, and then stopping, resting, feeling how the motion has created the spanda in your heart. And then we'll lift up our right hand and shake it, and then just let it go. And lift up your left hand, shake it, and let it go. And we'll lift up our right leg and shake that. Fuzz guy would be really happy with us. And then just let it drop. And lift up your left leg and shake it. Shaking all the cobwebs and then letting it drop. And then lifting your knees back up. Bring your hands to where your thighs meet your hips. And push in your right side and let go, and then your left side and let go. Just back and forth, working into that, where the femur bone goes into your hip socket. So that lengthening of the psoas muscle while doing that. And then pause with that. Lift up your feet, bring your feet together, and grab underneath your knees and rock forward, and then rock back, and then change the position of your feet. And then rock forward, and rock back, change position, up, and down, wind releasing pose, then come all the way up, and just come up to our hands and knees. So we're going to do a cat-cow, but we're going to do it with our psoas muscle in thinking about that. So bring your right foot out like you're ready to go into gate pose. And then drop your stomach down, lift your head up. And then inhale, exhale, rounding. Inhaling, stomach down, head up. And rounding in the cat and cow. Bring your navel toward your spine. Inhaling, stomach down, head up. And then rounding. And 2 more at your own rate of breath. Allowing your breath and your body to move together. And then we'll come all the way up into gate pose. Slide your right hand down. Lift your left arm up. Pull your left shoulder back. And look up. And that's feeling it working into our psoas. And then we'll come down. Let's go ahead and go and create some space. Dropping back toward our heel. Bringing our right hand up and leaning back into shooting star. And then bring your arm around. We'll do the other side. Bring your right leg in. And feel the difference in one side or the other. Feel the work that we've done on the right side. How it differs in your left side. We'll go ahead and bring our left leg out. And cat and cow again. So stomach down, head up. Exhale, rounding. And in between your arms. Inhale, stomach down, head up. And exhale, rounding. And doing 3 more on your own. Into your 3rd exhale, coming up. Sliding your left hand down your left leg, bringing your right arm up, and then pulling your shoulder back, looking up to the ceiling if that feels okay in your neck. And we'll come up and drop our hand over toward our right heel as we lift up our left arm, expanding, opening, creating space in our body and our consciousness. And bringing our hands forward. And so then we're going to come down onto our forearms. And we'll lift our right leg up and kick back. Bring our knee in and then kick upward. Exhale, bring your knee in. Inhale, lifting up. A few more of these. Our psoas muscle helps us with our walking and our sense of balance. Do the other side. Lifting up the left leg and exhale. Inhale, bringing it in. Exhale, lifting. Inhale, bringing it in. Exhale, lifting. Bringing it in. Is only muscle that attaches our spinal cord to our leg. A couple more. Creating some heat. And coming down. Bring your big toes together, your knees apart, and sit back towards your heels for child pose. If you can, you bring your forehead to the floor. And shake your head like you're saying no. And catching our breath. And we'll lift our head up, bring our knees together, tuck our toes. Spread your fingers out wide, push off the back of your hand, your thumb and your index finger as you lift your knees up. Coming into a down dog. Bend your left knee, bring your right heel to the floor, and then bring your toes out to the side. Push back. And then come forward. Bring your feet so they're aligned again. Then bend your right knee. Bring your left heel to the side and push back. And then bring your knee up. Lift up both heels. And then gently bring them toward the floor, looking toward your navel or your feet. Lifting your hips up as high as possible. And look in between your hands. Step your feet in between your hands. And we'll bring our arms around our legs into waterfall. And bend your knees so you're laying on your thighs, and then grab your elbows and shake your head like you're saying yes and no. Let go of your elbows, bring your hands forward. Bend your knees and then straighten your legs as you bring your hands back. Bend your knees, bring your arms forward, and then bring your hands back as you start straightening your legs out. And bring your hips up forward, allow your head to be the last thing to come up. Shake some of that out. Some Elvis Asana. Going the other way. So have to do breath of joy. So bring your legs apart. Do 3 inhales through our nose and 1 exhale through our mouth, like we're conducting an orchestra. So inhale, 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 exhale through your mouth. So and then coming up. Feel a sense of joyfulness in our body, shaking your legs out. Okay, so we'll do a sun salutation of honor to the sun, even though it's not very warm today. The sun is still out and it's beautiful. So we'll lift up our toes. For once we're having a real spring this year, and we should be grateful for that, even though we like to be warm and all that. So lift up your toes and lift up your heels. Lift up your toes, lift up your heels, working into your feet area. And we'll lift up our arms, grab your left wrist, and lean over to the right, and then pull your left shoulder back. Look up to the ceiling.
I didn't get that. Could you?
My phone didn't get it. Hopefully you did. And then come up and grab your right wrist. Lift your arm up so your shoulder blade goes toward your ear, and lean over to the left. Pull your shoulder back, look up to the ceiling. It's pulling on the psoas, opening up our side bodies, opening up our shoulders. And then coming up. Okay, bringing your hands to your heart space, honoring the sun above and the sun within, knowing that those two are connected. In our life, it evolves around our internal sun, just as our world evolves around our external sun. We'll inhale our arms up, Exhale, swan dive down to your feet. Inhale, just your head up. And exhale, fold. And step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Come up onto your toes and come to the back of your pads of your toes. Come up to the top of your toes. Back to the pads of your toes. Top of your toes. Back to the pads and come. You can either bring your knees down, your chest down, and your chin down, or you can slowly come down. Either way, coming down to your belly. If your elbows close to your body, if your head and sternum off the ground, shoulders back, elbows close. Feels as if you're pushing away your mat. Your pelvis is going down, your heart's coming forward. And then rolling into table or right into down dog. Taking 3 breaths here. Your lowest part of your belly to the top of your chest. Pausing and exhaling the opposite way. And look in between your hands, step your feet in between your hands. Inhale all the way up. And bring the energy of the universe, your heart space. So we're going to warm up our legs a little bit. One thing with the autonomic nervous system, it likes counter postures. Works well with that, taking us out of our fight and flight syndrome. So we'll bring our hands behind our head, and we're going to lift up our right knee, bring our left elbow to our right knee, see if you can touch, and then come down. And then go from your right to your left, and down, and just back and forth. If it's possible, touching your knee when your opposite side of your body touches the other, there's a connection. You feel how this helps warm up our body, but it's also stretching our psoas while we're doing it, like as if we were walking. Okay, and then coming down. So we'll do another sun salutation, only this time we're just going to go into a lunge, because lunges are really good for our psoas. So inhale our hands up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, just a head up. Exhale, fold, just step your right foot back into the lunge. Pushing your left knee forward as you push your right heel back. Place your right hand on the ground. Lift up your left arm. And then come down onto your right knee and bring your arm back, look back to your right foot. You allow your left leg to fall out to the side. And then come up into a low lunge where you're bringing your hips down, bring your arms up. Sink your hips as you maybe do a slight back bend. And then come forward, bring your right hand down, lean over to the right. And then we'll come up from here and lean over to the left. And coming forward, bring both hands on the floor, lift your back knee up, step back into plank. Exhale all the way down. Inhale into up dog. Your arms are straight. Look over your right shoulder. And look over your left shoulder. And then push back into down dog. And we'll lift up our right leg. Bring your right foot in between your hands. Drop your back heel. Come up into warrior one. Settle down into your warrior one. Lifting up by your waist and leaning back. See how much you can push your front knee forward. And then stepping forward. We'll do the other side. Taking a moment to take a couple breaths in between. Maybe bring your thumbs to your sternum. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the sense of gratitude for your energy, the prana that you have today. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, just your head up. And exhale, fold, just step your left foot back. Pushing your right knee forward. Push your left heel back. Find that openness into your psoas. And then place your left hand on the ground. Lift up your right arm. Here's the tricky part. Come down onto your left leg and bring your right arm back toward your left foot. So you're allowing your right leg to fall to the side. And then we'll come up, bring your arms up. Sink your hips down, you lift up and make an offering of your heart toward the heavens. And then straighten your back out, bring your left hand to the side and lean over to the left. And then come up and lean over to the right. And bring your hands down, lift your back knee up, step back into plank. Exhale all the way down. Inhale into up dog. Exhale, down dog. Taking a couple breaths here. We'll lift up our left leg, bring our left foot in between our hands, drop your back heel, come up into warrior one, sink your hips down, lifting up. Imagine you have a block in between your hands, where you bring your hands together in temple point, lift up out of your waist, lean back. And then step forward. Okay, shake all that out. Okay, so one of the figures of yoga is Shiva, especially Nataraja yoga or Shiva, the dancing Shiva. So we're going to become Shiva today. We are Shiva, we just don't know it. Have all your weight on your right foot. Bring your left foot up. Bring your hands together. And then, as if you have a plane of glass, you're sliding up. And then bring your leg out to the side. Bring your hands up and over. And the opposite leg, I'm sorry. You want to be Look like the Shiva statue. And then coming forward, bringing your hands down, your feet down. So do the other side. Just something playful way of getting our balance in, and seeing that we are that. So all your weight onto your left foot. Lift up your right knee. Your hands in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra. Slide your right up, left down. Bring your leg out the side. Bring your hands in goalpost, your palms up as if you're lifting up the whole universe. And bring your body so it's going toward the left side. And then coming down. Okay. Again, just trying to find lightness into our being today. So let's go ahead and bring our toes up, and then come up onto our toes. And bring your arms up. Our feet take a beating every day if we are walking. And then take your body to the right. And then come to center. And bring your body to the left. And come to center. And come down. Okay. So let's do Warrior 2 series, and then we'll get to the floor. So let's step our right foot back. Our heel intersecting our back foot. And then sink our hips down, bringing our knee toward our second and third toe. Lift your arms up, softening your shoulders, looking over your fingertips. Looking into the day, into the future, and what you can do to find joy, find gratitude, to find acceptance into your day. And bring your palm up, straighten your leg out as you lean back, and then bring your knee forward. And straighten your leg out, and then bring it forward. And straighten your leg out, and bring your arm forward. Reach out as if you're reaching for something, pull your hip back, come into triangle pose. If you like, you can bring your arm behind your back and look up to the ceiling. Half bind triangle. And undo your bind, bring your arm forward. And lift up your bottom arm and pull yourself up. And then go to the other side. Bringing your hips down, bring your knee forward, your arms up. Soften your shoulders, lift up out of your waist. Gazing to this side. And manifest the power of God. Our Warrior 2. Feeling our strength and our stability. Feeling as if we're letting go of everything that we have attachment to today. And bring your palm up, bring your leg straight as you lean back, opening up into your side bodies, but then bring your knee forward. Again, working into our psoas. Straighten your leg out, bend your knee forward, straighten your leg out, bend your knee forward, straighten. This time coming forward, reach, pull your hip back, coming down onto your knee, your ankle, the floor. Lift up your other arm. You can be here, Or you bring your hand behind your back again, if that felt good. Looking up to the ceiling for half bind, triangle, Trikonasana. We'll unbind, bring your arm forward, lift your bottom arm up, and come up flat back, and come forward. Let's go ahead while we're here, have our legs apart, lift our arms up, and reach out, come down halfway to flat back. And you have a ball of energy. You take that ball over to your right side. And take it over to your left side. And set it down. Grab up energy from the Mother Earth. And flat back, come up, make an offering. Bring your toes in, your heels in, your toes. Come forward. Cross your right over your left. Let's work a little bit into our IT band, which relates to our gallbladder, and also is part of that whole muscular part. When our psoas is shortened, our internal organs get pushed together. And it's also connected to our abdominal area, and so our breathing gets changed as well. All right, we'll lift up our arms. Exhale, come down forward. And just allow your arms to hang. Use your abdominals to come up. Switch sides. Arms up. Exhale, come forward. Pushing your sit bones upward. And go ahead, bend your knees and come down onto the floor. Okay. So we'll leave our left heel toward our left hip. Stack our right knee on top, or we can straighten out our right leg. That works better for our bodies. I'm sorry, let's do the opposite. So we'll bring our left to our right, stack our right on top of our left, or straighten out your left leg. We want to go in a counter-clock motion, so we work into our, naturally the way our descending colon goes, so we don't get any kind of constipation as we twist. So we'll bring our left arm over our right knee, or we can hold on to the knee if that's better for you. Lift up your right arm and look back. Lift up by your waist and twist from your stomach till you can't twist anymore, and then your chest, and then your head. Looking backwards. Push up on your perineum. Bring your navel in. Twist a little more. We'll lift our arm up. Watch it as it goes forward. And lay over top of our legs. And come up, and we'll switch. So our left is on top of our right, or our right is straight. Whichever way is best for you. Hold onto your knee, lift your left hand up, and go back. Just be on your fingertips so your back is somewhat straight. And twist from your stomach till you can't twist anymore, and your chest, and finally your head. And lift your arm up. Watch it as it goes forward. And lay over, just go forward. So you can sit in an easy pose with your left over top of your right, or left in front of your right. We'll bring our hands forward. Drop your head to your arms, stretching your back, your lower back. And we'll go over to our right knee. So we're straddling our right knee. Go over to your left knee, straddling your knee. And then come forward, walk your fingers back, and change so your right is on top of the left. Make sure you're on your sit bones. We'll walk our hands out. Bring your head to your arms. Bring your hands over to your left side. And then walk over to your right. And we'll come forward. Walk your fingers back. So we're going to do toy soldier. So coming into Dandrasana, or staff pose, push your, come onto your sit bones, move the flesh away from your sit bones. Most of us don't have much, but just move it out of the way. Bring your hands to the floor, straighten your back, so your back is straight. And then we'll lift up our right leg and bring it down, then our left and bring it down, our right, our left, back and forth. We're starting to feel the heat in our quadriceps. Bring our fingers out to the side, come onto your fingertips, and lift up your right leg. And bring that down, and lift up your left leg. And bring that down. And then we'll lift up both legs. You can stay here, or you can bring your hands forward, coming into Navasana or boat pose. Lift up your heels a little more. Bring your chest toward your knees. Push your heels out. And slowly come down. And stretch in both directions. We'll bring our left foot to the side, leave your right straight, and then lean your body to the left. So it's kind of like banana, only it's exaggerated. See if you can bring your left leg out even a little more. Two more breaths here. And we'll come back to center. And bring our right leg out to the side, as far as you can go, and then bring your body over to your right. Pulling on your left wrist. How much you can bring your right leg upward. working into our internal organs, but we're targeting our psoas, opening that up today. So we'll come back to center. Arms out in the T or cactus. And lift up, bring your right knee into your chest, and then lift your arms or your legs straight up. Push your your heel to the ceiling, and then your toe, your heel, your toe, your heel. Make a circle out of your leg or your foot, and then your other. And do your whole leg. Make a circle. Go the other way. We want to drop our leg over to the right so our left hip starts coming off the ground. Take your left hand on your left hip so you know when that's happening. And lift your leg up and drop it over the other side. And working into our gluteal, into our IT band. Bring your leg up and bring your leg down. And before starting on the other side, noticing the difference from one side to the other. And lift up your left leg, heel to the ceiling, toes, heel, toes, heel, toes, heel. Make a circle out of your foot. And go the other way. Make a circle out of your leg. And then go the other way. And then drop your left leg over to the left till your right hip starts coming off the ground. You bring your right hand to your right hip if you like. Nice to have a sandbag for this. Putting right there to push down. And lift your leg up. Let it go over the other side. And we'll bring our leg up. Bring your leg down. Bring your right knee into the middle of your chest. And bring it over to your right armpit. Bring it over to the middle of your chest. And bring it over to your armpit. And back to the middle. And back to your armpit. Reach up and grab onto the side of your foot for half a happy baby. Somewhat content baby. Push your knee down as you lengthen in your left leg, as if you're pushing against the wall on your left side. And then bring your right foot over to your left hand and cradle your leg as if you're cradling an infant, and go side to side with your leg. If you want an intense stretch, bring your hands underneath your leg and pull your leg toward your head. But either way, straighten your leg out. And once again, feeling the prana moving into your right side. Maybe your left side feels a little less active. We'll get those two to be the same. Bringing your left knee in toward the middle of your chest. And over to your left armpit. Middle of your chest. And your armpit. Middle of your chest one more time. Just working into our adductors or abductors in the back by our hip. And then go over toward our left armpit, reach up to the side of your foot, lift your foot up and then push your foot down. Push your right heel like you're pushing against a wall. Feeling how it opens up into your groins, into your pelvic bowl. Working into our apana value, which helps us feel a sense of groundedness. If we feel a sense of groundedness, then there's nothing that can happen that can shake us. And we can also, helps us with elimination not only of our foods, but our ideas and our fears. Letting all that go. And bring your left heel to your right hand. Grab onto your left knee with your left hand. And rock side to side a couple times. And maybe bringing your hands under, hands into prayer. Pull your leg in toward your chest. And we'll let that go. Our leg to straighten out. Let's bring our knees up. Our hands next to our body. We'll inhale, lift our hips up, bring our arms over our head. As you exhale, bring your arms forward, bring your hips down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, coming up. Bring your arms out in a T, leaving your hips up. And look over your right shoulder. And look over your left shoulder. And back to your right. And back to your left. Working into our neck muscles, and then bring your hands underneath your sit bones. Hold your hands together as your shoulder blades come together. Push off your heels, lift up even higher, engage your glutes. To our full extension of our bridge. Taking a couple breaths here, maybe coming up another ½ inch. Bring your knees together, or close to that in that general direction. Let go of your hands, coming down one vertebrae at a time. Bring your knees into your hands, push your knees into your hands, keep your lower lumbar curve back. And just bring both knees in toward your chest and rock side to side slowly. Maybe you make a circle out of your knees. And go the other way. And bringing your arms out in a T again. Lift both legs up, heels to the ceiling. Bring your legs out in a V. Bring your legs together. Come down halfway. And then legs out in a V. Bring your heels together. Come down 3/4 of the way. Legs out in a V. Bring your heels together. Drop your left heel to the floor. Lift up your right leg. Bring your right leg down. Lift up your left leg. Bring your left leg down. Lift up your right. Bring your right down. Lift up your left. Lift up both legs. crisscross together. And as you come down, and finding Shavasana, allowing your feet to fall to the side, your palms up. See how much you can let go. Kind of where in your body you still feel as if you're holding on. Once we feel in a sense of social engagement with our ventral vagus nerve, feel a sense of groundedness, feel a sense of safety, then we can feel a sense of gratitude. Gratitude for who we are in our body and where we are, the things that we have. Now we can allow that gratitude to turn into love. Love for ourselves, love for who we are, love for the life that we have. And then we can send our love out to others. This reading from Marianne Williamson speaks to that. I send my love to everyone today. As I enter any situation, may my love be present before me. Any room I enter, I blast with all my love. Thus will my life be blessed and the forces of chaos remain at bay. I throw light upon all things that darkness cannot dwell there. I proactively call forth the love that then cast out all fear. And just for today, I dedicate my mind to the miraculous, to the world beyond this one, and to the joy that is available there. May every thought I think help penetrate the veil that hides the light from everyone. For love is a mighty force for good. Allow each exhale to be a deeper surrender, a deeper letting go of all the attachments, physically, mentally, spiritually, that you may rest in love. And moving your fingers and your toes, coming back into the room. Of loving presence, sense of gratitude, acceptance, and joy. Bringing your knees into your chest, rolling over to one side or the other. Use your arm strength to come up into a seated position. So we're going to close together with this vibration of Om. If you'd like to join in, unmute yourself, and maybe we can all hear each other with our Oms. A sense of connection, a sense of Sangha. Bring in your hands in front of your heart space. Exhaling fully to cleanse the Sushumna. Inhaling light into your lowest abdominal. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace in my body, peace in my mind, peace in my heart space. I might take my peace and my love out into the world. I'm in desperate need of it at this time. Namaste. 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 Namaste.